It's been a minute. But thankfully, I found the reason why my storage on my phone was fucked. I fixed it. So it's easier to record videos on my camera now. On my phone's camera. Anyway. So, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time to see my face. That doesn't include the live stream I did the other day. This is a mid-year book freakout tag. And it is a bit of freakout. I don't know. I mean, I'm above my reading goal, but like, I think I'm a bit behind on my yearly TBR that I have for myself by like 3 books. Yeah. Anyway, so let's get into it. So first question is the best book you've read in 2024, which for me is, I don't have one. That's a hard question, and that's a hard thing to answer. I just realized I did not write an answer for this. You would think my answer would be House of Flame and Shadow, but while I did enjoy it, I did give it a 5-star rating. I'll always give Sarah like an automatic 5-star rating because I do enjoy it. I wouldn't necessarily say it was the best, because there's some things that I don't want to say it was a letdown. If you ignore the hype, like there's some things that Sarah could have done better. But obviously, I still gave it a 5-star. I still thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'll just go ahead and let that be my answer, is House of Flame and Shadows. Though I feel like it's not technically. I don't know. I'm waiting for something that I want to rave about, that I want to be like, this is amazing, fucking read this book. Now, the second question is best sequel you've read in 2024. This will be handed out to Golden Son by Pierce Brown. I feel like people know about Pierce Brown. He's a popular sci-fi author. At least, I can't exactly say that because I don't think he's written anything else. His series is popular. I do really like Golden Son. For certain reasons, like several. I think it was better than Red Rising, and I think it was better than Morningstar, in my opinion. But, like, you know, new release you haven't read yet, but want to, and that is going to be Internal Captive by May. Elmay? I want to say Ellie, but I don't think that's how you say it. Elmay? I don't know. This book is a sapphic vampire dark romance. Yeah, there says he went and sold me. So, like, I guess it's dark. I have not read it yet, obviously. I would love to read it this year, but until there's mentions of when the second book is coming out, and I'm assuming the second book is going to be the last book, I'm not going to read it. Because I hear, the cliffhanger is killer in this, and, you know, Sarah J. Maas traumatized me with, Sarah J. Maas traumatized me with Empire of Storms. The ending of that, and then I had to wait 2 fucking years until Kingdom of Ash came out. So I'm like, if I know there's gonna be a bad cliffhanger, I'm gonna put a pause. I'm gonna like, but other than that, I've read the majority of her other work, the authors. So yeah, I would say this would be my pick. And number 5, biggest disappointment. Just give me a second. That would be Emperor of the 8 Islands. I'm so disappointed. Obviously you can see this is a pretty cover, and if you can see, hold on, you can see to the side, they make a pretty spine. And it's pastel cover, so of course it has all the makings of like a book that I would like, until I read it and I was like, oh my gosh, don't read it. And this is written by a woman. Don't read it. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, I'm getting rid of it one day. So number 6 is the biggest surprise. The first thing that I thought was the Kaiju Preservation Society. I wasn't surprised that I would I figured I would enjoy it. What was the biggest surprise for me is the fact, this is gonna be so weird of a recommendation, because I do recommend you read it, is, to me, the characters are flat, but the rest of it is good. Like, I was perfectly imagining a movie in my mind's eye, like, this could definitely 100% be made into a movie. It's just, and the bantering was good, like, the banter between the characters, and the talking, and, like, the descriptions and everything, and, like, the science behind kaijus. It's just the characters felt flat. Like, we got the spice, but not the soup. If that makes sense. So that's why it surprised me. Is not the fact that I thought this was going to be a terrible book. I read it and was surprised that it was a good book, or I thought it was going to be a good book and was surprised when it was a bad book. No, it just surprised me at the fact that I, for once, liked a book with flat characters. I still don't know how to explain it. I like it. Like, to a point that I'm probably gonna buy the book. So number 7, favorite new author. Give me 1 second. We have this girly pop. So I know it says Eden Imori and Ellie Mae. But that's because it is the same author, she just has a pseudonym name. I don't know why. I don't, honestly. But she's my new favorite author. I like her shit. Plan to read more of her shit, as you could tell with Captive Eternal that I had up, or Eternally Captive. What the fuck ever it's called. So I plan to read more by her. So newest fictional crush, it would be Avery from Don't Forget Me. I don't know if you could tell, I like the author. Yeah. I mean, that was my first thought when I saw the question, was Avery, because this book is what got me into this author. This is the 3rd book in the Club Patella series. Basically, if you take Hunting Adeline, make it sapphic with consent, and that's what you got, is this book. And make her a professor, the main girl. Make the main girl a professor instead of an author. This is it. And this is, in my opinion, way better. I don't know if that's because it's sapphic, but I really, yeah. Avery, new fictional crush. Wow. Oh my god. I mean, basically all the main love interests in the Club Patella series. So, newest favorite character for number 9 is, I don't know, I may have, like, let it dropped earlier in this video, Severo. I fucking love Severo so much. He makes me so happy whenever I hear him, and I think, well, I liked him in Red Rising. Like, I liked how he was, like, chaotic and stuff. But, like, what really sold me, like, really sold me, was the 2nd book. I read the dramatization of the audiobook for Golden Sun, and hearing Severo's voice and his cackling in the background and, like, his mannerisms being brought to life, it's chef's kiss. Even in the 3rd book, when it's not a spoiler, someone's being hanged, and Severo's like, well, if he's being hanged because he's a murderer, well, I'm Ares. I've murdered thousands of people, so I should get hanged. So he puts the rope over his head, winks at Staffy, whatever her name is, Steffi, and then, like, I don't think he actually flips, but in my mind's eye, he flips off the stage to hang himself, and I love him so much. I don't know why. I love deranged characters. I just do. So, I love Severo so much. So, number 10, book that made you cry. From what I can remember from my memory of this year, which is, you know, shit, is the only recent one, and it didn't exactly make me cry. I did have tears in my eyes. teary-eyed. Well, my original answer was Severo's, we're spoiling it, and Morningstar, like, right after, like, him flipping off the stage to kill himself, die, or whatever, he does, like, die in Morningstar. That's all I'm gonna give. So, like, I did get teary-eyed, and I immediately looked up to see if he would live, because, like, fuck that. If Severo died literally at the end of the book, I would have DNF'd that. I would have DNF'd Morningstar. And Morningstar took me 3 months to finish. Anyway, I just remember what made me actually cry. The dog's purpose. A dog's purpose. Oh my god. Like, there was one point I was showering while listening to it, and I started, like, crying, and I'm like, it's a good thing I'm showering. Oh my god. Now I'm crying. 12, book that made you happy. I'm still thinking about the dog's purpose. The only one I could really think about was The Spell's Disaster, by Tori Ann Martin. Mainly because I loved the setting of, like, I mean, it is a festival. It's a festival setting, and the thought of it just made me happy and wishing, like, something like that could exist. Like, a world of actual witches existing, as in with elemental magic, potions, and stuff. I mean, technically, a lot of Wiccan people will say that it is all real. I'm on the fence of things. So, yeah, this book did make me happy for parts of it. And number 12, the most beautiful book you bought so far this year or received. Now, I do have 3 picks for this because I couldn't exactly just stick with one. So here they are. So the first thing my mind went to was The Flame King's Captive, by Chloe Chastin, I don't know. This is a Moonlit box book. I think this was like their second book that they ever released. Slide that out. This is lewd. But, oh, that's my book review. But it is really pretty with, like, the end pages, the sprayed edges, and, I think there are some overlays. Yeah, there's one overlay. Okay. Nothing too bad. So yeah, this is a very pretty book. I do love the look of it. And I would be interested in the future, probably buying more from Moonlit, or Moonlight Crate, whatever they're called, subscription. Now, was the book equally as pretty on the inside? I don't know. I think I gave it like a 4-star, 3 to 4-star rating. Either way, I'm not getting rid of this book because this book is stunning. Like, oh, I'm in love. And the other 2 books I thought about when this question popped up is 6 Crimson Cranes and The Dragon's Promise. Now, this edition is the Waterstones Vault edition. It does not have sprayed edges. I don't think it's even signed. Let me see. No, it doesn't appear to be signed. It's just, I love the art style of these covers and the fact that they make it like a night setting, wintry night setting. It's stunning. Now this one is the Fairy Lutes. So, see, now this cover, it's a weird thing to point out. This cover is actually the solid sprayed edges cover, and the only reason I have the solid sprayed edges cover on the stenciled one, which I did end up buying off of someone, it's because of the text. So here's the one with the solid spray, the stenciled edges cover. For some reason with the stenciled edges, they made the text gold in the flex gold, while the solid spray had the silver on it. And the reason why I switched it is because the other books that have the stencil edges have silver text and the silver flex. So I don't know what made them to decide to do the gold and make it stand out. So I switched them to appear more coherent with the vibe. Though now it really doesn't matter because I rearranged my shelves. Still thinking about it. I don't know. So, question number 13. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? Obvious question is the rest of the books on my yearly TBR, but there's too many that I didn't want to bring all of them at the end of this video. So instead I'm choosing the books that have broken my buying ban that I set for myself in the beginning of this year, which is the books that I buy, I have to have read them, or not either read them already, or I've read previous works of the authors and liked or loved their work that I'm confident that I'm most likely going to like or love that book that I'm about to buy. And I think those are the two only buying ban rule that I had. Well, 3 of these books do not qualify in that. So here they are. So that'll be This Blood That Binds Us by S.L. Cookley. I think this is indie. Yeah, this is an indie published book. I have been eyeing this book for about a year, and I follow the author on Instagram and just started on TikTok. But I think I remember seeing it on TikTok first. And obviously it's a pastel cover, so I'm attracted to it, and it's about vampires, and there's no smut, as far as I'm aware of. I think the author explained it was like Twilight, but if he was a recently turned vampire instead, or something like that. I don't know. Don't take it from me. Check out the author. Now, I did not buy this off of Amazon or from the author's TikTok shop. I actually found this at a used bookstore, like it being sold for use. Like someone gave this to them. And I'm like, in like the town next to mine, which is surprising. And I'm like, we lost a baddie, because there's other books as well that I bought. Thankfully those were from like authors I have read. This was the only one I think in that bunch that I haven't read or read the author previously. So I bought this book because it was only like what, $5 I think. And I'm like, bro, I'm gonna buy it. So I do have to read it, I think, by next month, because I've set, when I first broke my ban, I set a goal that I have to read it in 2 months' time. If I do not, it's gotta go. In which one of them is approaching that timestamp, so I need to read one of the books I'm about to show by the end of this month. So yeah. So the next one would be Song of Silver, Flame Like Night. I do have this copy. This was my first copy, and then I went to Half Price Books to get rid of some books, and lo and behold, I found the Barnes & Noble edition, and I was like, well, shit. For used, obviously. And I was like, well, shit, I gotta get this. Like, this is like in mint condition. It's the Barnes & Noble edition. I don't think it's signed. Let me check. Yeah, it's not signed. So I'm pretty sure this edition that I have is. Hold on, I got debris on this. Yep. This one is personalized and signed to me. So I won't be getting rid of this one. Because as I said, this is the first book I owned. I bought it last year. It will not be leaving my TBR. It will be this one that would be exiting stage left. So I gotta read this by the end of this month. If not, I will extend it to next month. I gotta do it. I have to read it. So yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I read it soon. Oh my god. The downside of having your bookshelves now in alphabetic order, it's hard to find your book that you need. The last book will be When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. Pretty. It is the Waterstones edition. For some reason, the US edition isn't releasing until December. They pushed it back or something like that. So I went ahead and bought the Waterstones edition. Honestly, I'm not too much of a fan of this. Like, I've seen prettier sprayed edges, but I'm just gonna keep it for now. Obviously, I have not read from this author. She was an indie author. Let me see what her previous work is. I don't think... Ooh, I like that. Bruh, what? Never mind, if only the Waterstones edition has these chapter headers. I'm not getting rid of that. That's actually really cool. So yeah, this is the other book that I haven't read that I broke the buying ban for. So all 3 of those books will be hopefully read by next month. Fingers crossed. I needed that to happen because I really don't want to get rid of this. This is really pretty. The majority, I will most likely 100% read this one next month if I don't read it by the end of this month. So that is my mid-year book freak out list thingamajig. I hope you liked the video. I know this is my first video of being back or whatever. I need to make more videos because I want to. I just need to figure out how to put it into my scheduling. It's gonna be fun. Gonna be great. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh.